Charles, first game out there and everything. Obviously, you've been through a year and all that such, but what are the nerves like? First kick, first game, first year.
Yes, sir. So my first kick out there was that 36-yard field goal. I obviously had a little bit of butterflies. It's like one of my first games. It's actually, I don't know, in front of a lot of people. Last year we had no fans, and so it was really loud. But I kind of used that nervous energy to the best of my ability, and went out there and tried to execute. And thankfully, I did.
Charles, as part of the special teams group, overall assessment about how you guys performed and maybe what you guys need to work on.
Yeah. So, we didn't perform our best, and it was James Evans' first game ever as a college football player, and he wasn't shaken up after those few punts. He had to get used to, I think, the atmosphere a little bit, and once he did, he started balling out. And I really think that after the first half, we were all in a big upswing, and I hope that we just really carry that into the rest of the season.
Yeah, I was just going to ask about James. How different is it for his situation versus like when you were a freshman?
Yeah, James, I don't think James has ever been in a stadium that big. Maybe I was in a stadium that big. I'd go and watch a football game when I was a kid, so I kind of like understood the atmosphere. But James, we kind of made fun of him a little bit in the days leading up to the game, because we were like, buddy, you're in for it. Like, you don't understand there's going to be 70, 80,000 people screaming at you when you punt. He's like, oh, mate, that'll be fun. And I'm like, yeah, not when they're saying good things or bad things about you. But no, I think he handled himself great, and I'm really proud of how he did, and I know that he will just keep doing better.
I don't know, you can't emulate that in practice now and to help him with that, but what can you guys do going forward to help him acclimate to that in practice, knowing that that's how it's going to be, because it's going to actually be worse when you go to places like Ann Arbor, Michigan, or Happy Valley?
Yes, that's a great question. I had to tell James after his first couple punts, I was like, man, this is nothing but practice out here. I have to personally tell myself to slow down a little bit in games and go up about 80%, and it's really like me going 110%. And so I think James is just getting a little fast in his technique, didn't want to get anything blocked. And I think if he just slows down, focuses on his technique, especially in practice, more so in the game, so if he exaggerates his fundamentals in practice in the game, they'll just come out naturally, then he'll absolutely ball out.
Just to keep going on, James, how did you see him improve as it went on? You said it seemed like he got a little bit comfortable after that first half. What did you see get better? How did he shake off that beginning, and what did you start to see as far as progress was concerned?
Yeah, so I believe that James just let loose. He wasn't out there not typically scared to punt, but he wasn't afraid of failure. And I believe that is a powerful thing, like surrendering the outcome. I believe that's a really powerful thing, and I believe that James surrendered the outcome and just started. I mean, I'm pretty sure he averaged like 52 yards in the second half, which is incredible. And so I really think that he'll keep that up.
Hey, Charles, hope you're doing well. You talked about in the fall just about how much of kicking for you is mental and kind of how much you focus on that process. Is that something that you've talked to James a lot about, or conversations you've had? Is that something that from a punting perspective is very similar to what you have to do?
Yeah, so I believe every single person is unique in how they find their groove for kicking. Mine, I told y'all personally, I don't think about anything. I go out there, try to make kicking natural. And so I told James that. I've been trying to tell him that, trying to help him along, find like, okay, what core thoughts can you fall back on to where you can go out and just absolutely perform. And I believe that he's getting there, and he probably has found that. He told me that he felt like he was getting fast. He's like, if I just slow down, focus on technique. I'm like, okay, tell yourself every time, let's start building from this going forward. Yeah, no problem. Thank y'all.